Welcome back, all my Minecrafting friends. It is time for the final Day 8, July 2014 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge Naked and Afraid player update. And it is raining. Let's get started with Dad versus Minecraft. Okay. They had a pretty routine day, except for the fact that they decided to go exploring a little bit, and they made some boats and crashed their boats, and Dom got attacked by a skeleton in the water, and instead of running the other way, he decided to try to hit the skeleton, and that never works because the skeletons keep shooting you back out of range, you know. So the skeleton killed Dom. It was toward the end of the episode anyway. So the team of Dad vs. Minecraft and Dom are out because of the Dom death. But next month in the August challenge, we're not doing the everyone must survive rule. No. You do not have to have everyone in your party survive in August. Members can starve to death, they can get killed by zombies, they can die in various ways, and you can continue on without them. We're invoking the Donner Party rules. If you know what the Donner Party rule is, explain it in the comments for those who don't. Okay, next we have Ollie Likes Minecraft. Ollie went to the Nether on day 8. He collected some quartz and some glowstone. And then he came back to the overworld and continued working on his let's see. No, he was clearing land, and then he took the glowstone and he tried to make his name in fire on the ground. Ollie in fire. Okay? And then after that he did some fishing. Next we have Technoscribe. Technoscribe continued traveling, her traveling episodes. She got to the border. Okay, she saw some spruce trees. She's traveling along the border trying to reach another biome, but she did not find any more biomes, just spruce trees. She was running through the jungle at night and being chased by mobs, but then she found another temple. She finds a temple every night, I think. Pretty much this jungle, just pick a direction, run in any direction, and in 10 minutes you'll find a temple. So yeah, they're all over the place. Okay, next we have Doom Pickles. Doom Pickles was cutting trees in day 8. He worked on the bridge, which came out really good looking, and his whole homestead there is really nice. So did a really good job on the decorating. Next we have Combat Dude. Combat Dude worked on his treehouse. He tried doing some fishing from way up high in the air, and I don't think he could see his bobber that well. He did not get any fish. It wasn't that effective. I think he needs to get closer to the water. Next we have Psycho, SFK, and Crazy Kinsey. They posted 2 episodes, 8 and 9, and in 8 they went to the Nether. They built a television set using a giant picture of a skull. It was a large TV. Look, there's a little zombie burning up right down there. Isn't that cute? Okay. They collected glowstone in the Nether, and Psycho killed a ghast with an axe in the Nether with no armor and no swords and no bows. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Okay, and in episode 9, They caught a witch in their basement. They went fishing for a name tag, but they did not get a name tag. Okay? And that's how they ended their episode. Their challenge. Okay, next we have Lanio. Lanio did some land clearing and worked on his treehouse. Okay. Next we have the team of Derp Guru and Mr. One Wolf. Derp and Mr. Wolf worked on their treehouse also. So it was I think it was a lot of treehouse work in day 8. Next we have Redline 442. Redline, in day 7 he started replacing his water moat with a lava moat, but he hadn't finished yet. In day 8 he completed his lava moat, and he built a nice little bridge across it with those doors that are down. I forget the name of them. Okay, they're like horizontal, but they're doors. Okay, and the lava set a tree on fire that was right next to his treehouse, and it caught his treehouse on fire. But he was able to get up there and get the fire put out and get the treehouse fixed back up a little bit. And it looked like things were going good. He was working on his adding the redstone to his bridge. It was going to be a drawbridge, so he could flip a switch and all the little doors would pop up and go back down. But he accidentally fell into the lava moat and died. So yes, we never got to see how the drawbridge would work. Next we have Furry Play Kira. Furry Play Kira made a teleporter in front of the temple, and he buried a gold sword in a chest underground. Okay, well, in the dirt, right, like at the foot of the bridge. And at the end of the episode, he teleported himself out of the world. Next we have Secret Agent Maya and Dot 83. They continued working on furniture and made an anvil, and they were trying to get a sheep up to a balcony they had on the 2nd level, and they kept pushing them, like first they had to push him into the house, and then they pushed him up the stairs to get him up to the 2nd level, and he kept coming down, and I don't think they ever got him out on the balcony where they wanted him. But so they were pushing sheep. Next we have Piker Eyes. Piker Eyes, as many of his prior episodes, spent most of the day wandering the jungle, just looking for anything that might be of interest. And then toward the end of the episode, he decided to go caving, and that's how he ended his episode, is caving. So next we have the team of Cellular and Nathan Pelton. They built a raft in the little river in front of the temple. Built a raft, and then they set the jungle on fire all around the place to try to signal helicopters to come get them. And it was nighttime, and they're killing mobs and setting more fires. And Cellular clicked on a creeper with her flint and steel, and then the first one went off fine. She clicked on him, and then she ran back, and it exploded, and she didn't take much damage. And then there were 2 creepers, and she ran up and clicked on one of them, and they exploded before she could get away, and blew her up. Okay, so sorry about Cellular getting blown up, but Nathan Pelton went back to the raft and is waiting for the rescue to come. Will it ever come? I don't know. Next is Max Ryder and Paisley Playfully. Okay, if you remember, they were building this complicated machine involving a skeleton dungeon and a water elevator to bring the skeletons up to a point where they could shoot, and a labyrinth of stone fencing and fence gates, and then trying to get creepers that spawn to follow them up there so they could get them into position for the skeletons to shoot the creepers and drop records. And I had to admit, I had my doubts. I had serious doubts, but they did make it work. They got a creeper in there. He was positioned perfectly. The skeletons did their job just like they were supposed to. Shot the crap out of that creeper, and he dropped a record for them. So congratulations, Max Ryder and Paisley Playfully, on your Minecraft engineering skills. I didn't think it would work, but it did. It worked beautifully. Next we have Baker Bell. Baker Bell has been trying to bake a cake, and she was having trouble finding cows. So she's running through the jungle in day 8 looking for cows, and she runs across a dungeon in a really close to the surface. You could see the cobblestone, from the surface, and you could hear the mobs, and you could see the mossy cobble, but she was not interested in the dungeon, so she did not explore it, so we don't even know what kind of dungeon it was. She didn't give the coordinates, so we can't go look. She just continued on, focused on finding that cow to get the milk to make the cake. She went so far that she found the edge of the biome and saw the spruce trees. The spruce trees, I don't know which direction they are, but there's spruce trees out there somewhere. Then she turned and headed back into the jungle. She didn't actually never left the jungle, but yeah, she saw the spruce trees and turned and continued looking for cows. And it was dark. Things were chasing her. Zombies were chasing her. And then she saw a cow across a wide expanse, on the very other side of this valley. She saw a cow way up on top of a tree on the other side of the valley. So she made her way down there. There was a couple more cows. Got the milk. She made her cake. She ate her cake, and it was awesome. So the Baker Bell actually accomplished her objective of baking a cake. Next we have Antikas. Antikas went to the Nether on day 8, collected glowstone, came back, and put flaming eyes in his totem face that he's building on top of the temple, and then he took vines and added a Fu Manchu mustache to the face. So it was really cool looking. You should check that out. Next we have Mr. Lazy Miners. That's Mr. Lazy Miners and Talbot. And they were caving in the beginning, and then they came up and did some fishing, and then they took TNT and made they took their dynamite, or their gunpowder, and made TNT and set it off inside the temple house that they had made, and made a huge mess. Okay. Next we have Zoe 5C. Zoe 5C, for like 2 episodes now, has been looking for a ocelot to convert into a cat. If you remember right, she found an ocelot a couple episodes ago and hit it with a couple of fish, but it didn't tame. Then she went off and did research, and then last episode she couldn't find any ocelots, and then this episode 8, the final episode of the challenge. She's out there scouring the jungle looking for ocelots. She found another temple, and then she finally found it, an ocelot. And she did her thing. She waited. She didn't run around. She gave it the fish, and it converted into a cat. And she brought the cat all the way back to her temple base, her temple house, and got it inside. So congratulations, Zoe 5C, on getting your cat and getting it home safely, because they can be a real difficult thing to get across rivers and stuff. They tend to get stuck underneath the leaves on the edges and drowned. Okay, next we have J-Seed. J-Seed found a spider dungeon in day 8. He attacked it with a lava bucket, which looked like a really good technique. He was also attacked by a spider jockey. Probably came out of that same dungeon. And then at the end of the episode, he climbed up on top of a tree, made fireworks, put them into a dispenser, and shot them off into the sky. It was very impressive. Yes. Next we have Somotome. Somotome, on day 8, wore a pumpkin on her head the entire episode, and worked on her skywalk platforms, just adding more and more and more platform. Okay. Next we have Nuazusa. Nuazusa, on day 8, did a lot of mining. Most of the episode was mining in the dark with no torches. He found 6 diamonds at one point. That was cool. And he continued mining. When he got tired of mining, he came back up to the surface. He wasn't very far from his temple, so he came back over here to the temple. And beside the temple, he pillared up on 2 or 3 stacks of cobblestone way up into the sky. I think 231 blocks up. I don't know what, he had more cobble. I don't know why he didn't go further. Or, maybe he was just tired of pillaring. But anyway, then he said goodbye and leaped off and crashed into a tree and died. So Nuazusa was not killed by a creeper or a zombie or falling into a lava moat or being killed by a water skeleton. He committed suicide, which I don't think is a really honorable way to end an MHC, but that was his choice, and he made it. Okay, so that's it. July is over. Don't forget to vote. Go to Senior Eustace's channel and look for the video concerning voting, and in the description will be the links to vote for your favorite single player series and your favorite team player series. I'm gonna go vote probably today or tomorrow, and he will be announcing the winners sometime, I think, between episode 1 and episode 2 of August, so maybe sometime next week. So make sure you vote sometime this week or this weekend. The sooner the better. And I hope all you players vote. I hope all you people watching vote. I hope everybody votes. Okay. And this is Mike Deering signing out, and I will hope to see you all in August. I think there's going to be a lot of new players in August. We've been seeing a lot of new names in the comments that, I don't recognize. So I think it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to get started. So, see you all in August.